Reptile news. I'm here with Oberon, who was awake for some reason, and he's very active. He wants to explore. We've been gone for a while. There's been a lot of news in the world that are not reptile news, so I thought I would make a video highlighting some cool animals that I've seen online because they make people happy, and I think it's a good time for that. Nothing scientific in this episode, but that's okay. I do want to start off with the Gaboon Viper video that CLINT'S Reptiles released. I believe it was a month ago, which feels like a year ago. It's a good video because it's not every day that you get to see a Gaboon Viper. There's a lot of YouTubers that have Gaboon Vipers in their collections, but obviously it's not everyone. It's a very venomous snake, and so whenever you get to see one on video, it's super cool. CLINT does review the Viper as a pet, not as a pet, but he does go over care instructions. Very, very specific and very careful instructions. So here's the thing. The Gaboon Viper is probably one of the coolest snakes in the world. I know a lot of people that for them the Gaboon Viper is not only one of the coolest venomous snakes that they've seen, but also the coolest snakes, period. And that's their favorite snake. For me, it's not, but I do admit that it's a very cool looking snake. It has the longest fangs of all snakes. They were 2 inches. I think 2.5 inches was the longest. So it's a very impressive animal. You just see the snake kind of huffing at CLINT, and it's a very scary moment, but I mean, they are such cool creatures. And so when I saw that video released, I was so excited for him to show us one. And the reason why he's doing that is because those snakes, I haven't seen one in reptile shows personally being sold, but I have seen them online, and they are very cheap. The babies go for, I don't know if it's true, but they are listed at $100, which is cheaper than any of the single animals that we own. We have never bought a gecko at $100, so a $100 venomous snake is a very cheap price for a freaking venomous snake. They are from Africa, not the north part of Africa, but like the southern part of Africa. And they don't kill a lot of people because they stay in place. They're not very active, but they are very deadly. And so if you want to see one, click on CLINT'S video, which will be in the description. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see one in person, definitely, but not own one. Not right now. That is the only news I have. After this, I'm gonna put Oberon back, and we're gonna discuss some really cool morphs that I've seen, specifically on Instagram. Look at him constricting. Such a nice bracelet. Okay, let's put him back. Okay, now for the fun part. I've been saving a lot of really interesting species and just like cute videos and images, and I've been doing this for months, so we have a long list to go through. This is a really cool hybrid. We were just talking about the Gaboon Viper. I have this picture by Chandler_GK, and he has a Gaboon Viper crossed with a Rhino Viper. The colors that they produced are unbelievable. It looks like a photoshopped skin. You have a gray base. The snake looks like a Persian rug. It's so beautiful. It's so elegant. So this is from the account a.siwoon. This is a Korean page. There's a lot of Korean keepers keeping all sorts of amphibians, all sorts of reptiles. So cute. You have this tiny, tiny frog. I didn't know that there were frogs that tiny. Up next, I think that's a sulcata tortoise, chickens, and they are just basking in this really beautiful scene. It's almost a pastoral scene. So that is my next pet. I really, really want a sulcata. I don't have the space for one right now, But when I do get one, I do want to be able to have some sort of green space or backyard so that they can roam around like this. So this is like goals. This is my goals. This is from the page Blackberry Creek, a farm animal sanctuary. We talked about isopods last video. So again, isopods, so many different kinds. Right here we have the Cubaris Panda King. I think you can guess why it gets its name. The Cubaris Blonde Ducky, also the White Ducky. Family of white duckies. Cubaris Shiro Utsuri Dairy Cow. It is insane. It looks almost translucent and I don't know, like ghostly. It's a really interesting color for an isopod. The Cubaris Rusty Ducky looks like a steampunk dream. Like if you love insects and you also love steampunk and you want to combine those two passions, you must get a Cubaris Rusty Ducky. I don't even know how nature does this. Like this is a ridiculous tone. It's so beautiful. Oh my god. The Cubaris Cappuccino. Just when you think that isopods cannot get any more eccentric, you have the Cubaris Cappuccino. You know why it's called that. Look at it. It's awesome. All of these isopods are from Isopod stores, and they have the coolest ones. I love this video. This video is from another Korean Instagram page. It is moonnight.17. Now I'm telling you, these Korean reptile keepers have the cutest setups. They really go all out, and they're not traditional like jungly setups. They really go for this modern, cute Hello Kitty look, but it's still very sanitary and it's still very reptile appropriate. So this is a gecko that I've never seen before. I don't even know what it's called. Oh, Viper Gecko. Okay, duh, it's in the hashtag Viper Gecko, and it's chilling inside a little spaceship. So it looks like a ceramic spaceship, and that is its hide. So instead of using like traditional rock hides, they use the little spaceship. I have one of the cutest, I believe this is a Tokay Gecko that looks like a Pokemon. Blue, I mean, a blue gecko, you can't really get any cuter than that. It looks innocent and it looks adorable, but it's probably gonna bite you. This is one of my favorite frogs. It looks like a gummy. It looks like a gummy candy. Like, what are those called? A gummy bear. But it's a frog. That shade of green, like a lime green, neon green, is one of my favorite shades. Its hands, they're yellow. It's super cute. It looks like an alien. It doesn't even look like it belongs on Earth. Okay, this Tokay Gecko by Somong_Tokay. A gorgeous gecko, yellow polka dots. It looks neon. This picture is also from a sea womb. They're holding 5 frogs in their, no, six frogs in their palm, in the palm of their hand. They're all different species. They're all different tones of green and blue and teal. This is the chillest, the coolest, you wish you were him, bearded dragon. His name is Olaf. It is from Moonnight.17. He looks like a baby bearded dragon. Very frosted skin color. I'm not familiar with bearded dragons. I don't know what morph this is. But he looks grayish with like a violet or like a, yeah, like a violet undertone. The eyes are gray. It looks very much like the Night King from Game of Thrones. but he's just so chill. Holographic Snake. It is a python. It is a Dahlberg's python. One of the coolest snake colorations that you will ever see. Sort of like a rainbow boa. It looks like one of those shoes or handbags that you would see at Forever 21. Next we have smallest turtle ever, Daily About Turtles. It is a sea turtle, a baby sulcata, yawning. Toby, Turtle Life, is one of my favorite turtles. It's another sulcata tortoise. This one is a picture of Toby trying to eat a leaf. So basically, if you have a tortoise and you have anything green around it, they're gonna think it's food, and so they're gonna go try to eat it. So here it's trying to eat a plant from a pot. This is a funny one, and it's not related to reptiles at all. But like, look at this little girl getting devoured, attacked by a mosh pit of koi fish. Koi fish are not shy. I've never seen a shy koi fish, probably because they've been bred to live in human green areas and landscapes. This is recent. Famous hognose by JMG Reptile. This is the AAA Sable. It's one of a kind. This snake is very rare, at least for now. It's not like an established morph that people have managed to breed yet. I saw in an interview that it's not for sale, but if it were to be sold, it would go for at least $9,000. That would be their asking price. But you can see how cool it is. It looks like, you know, those popsicles that from back in the day that you would eat in the summer that are kind of like yellow and red and orange. It looks like that. Finally, one of my favorite frogs is the glass tree frog. The glass tree frog has translucent skin or see-through skin, so you can see its organs, you can see its heart beating, you can see its intestines, you can see the whole thing. There are plenty of videos on them. I think they're hard to care for, they're hard to breed, and I think they're from Costa Rica, which is a very tropical environment, so it would be hard to replicate. But nevertheless, they're very cool looking. Every few years they go viral. Somebody discovers the species, they post it online, gets a bunch of likes, and then people kind of forget about it, and then a couple of years go by, and then somebody else is like, look at this frog, and it goes viral again. And before we leave, I'm just gonna put this hognose from the Shakira Noodle page. It's a very cute hognose, so we're gonna close with that. Thank you, and I'll see you guys hopefully next week.